Welcome once again to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. It's my pleasure to bring you another book that I very highly recommend, and hopefully, when you're out looking at your local bookstore, you will seek this book out. The book is called The Wheel of Doll by Jonathan Ames. This is published by Mulholland Little Brown, and it retails for $33. This is a rather short book, so for those who like their books short but still packed with a lot of action and mystery, this definitely is it. It's got 216 pages, and it is book 2 in the Doll series. The book 1 was called A Man Named Doll, and for those who aren't familiar, the hero of the book, his name is Happy Doll. Almost sounds like a comedy, but no, it's very, very serious, noir-like detective fiction. Happy Doll, actually his real name is Hank, I think, but he's referred to as Happy. He's a former private investigator who is no longer a private investigator. His license has been taken away, but it doesn't stop him from seeking out truth, justice, and the bad guys. And a woman by the name of Mary D'Angelo comes to him and asks for help in locating her mother. Her mother has been missing for quite some time. Now, Mary D'Angelo's husband's name is Hoyt Marrow, and Happy Doll sort of suspects Hoyt Marrow as not who he appears to be, and as he tries to find out, there's no such person as Hoyt Marrow. So that's an interesting aspect of the case. So the woman who Mary D'Angelo was trying to find, her name is Inez Candle. And why she went to Happy Doll was because the two, Inez and Happy, were lovers at one time. They had a very romantic relationship until she went away. I think she tried to commit suicide, and he saved her, and they sort of just drifted apart. So now, all these years later, Happy is very anxious to go and find what happened to Inez Candle. So he goes to, he locates her in what is like a tent city. They're homeless people, and they're living in tents. And he has a confrontation with some people beating up a man, and they stab him, but he still finds Inez in a tent. And she is definitely not the woman she used to be, because she has no legs. They were both amputated as a result of living out in the cold and getting disease. She was not able to be treated, so she eventually lost both her legs. So he wants to take her back. He buys a motel room or a hotel room for the night, and he takes her there. He sees that she's showered and cleaned up. He sees that she's fed. So he has to go to the hospital to get the stab wound in his leg looked at. So when he comes back, he finds Inez dead on the bed. Now, first he thinks it was a drug overdose that she did herself, but the fact that she was on the bed and her wheelchair was way across the room, she could not have possibly gotten, anything. So what he figures out is someone somehow entered the room and killed her for whatever reason, maybe to keep her quiet. So it begins a very intense mystery of Happy Doll trying to find out why this poor homeless woman, this amputee, was suddenly targeted and murdered. So he's trying to find Mary D'Angelo. Suddenly it's as though she doesn't exist, and Hoyt Marrow, the husband, it's like there's no trail leading to him either. So the mystery compounds the mystery, and as we find out, there are people who want to put an end to Mary D'Angelo. So it's a lot of different things going on. Now, Happy Doll is pretty well a man who is a loner. He has a dog named George, which is really his best friend. And he has some interesting interactions with George. And when life gets too deep for him, he goes and talks to George, just as though George understands and can help him. So it is an interesting tale. And if you haven't read any in the Doll series, which I know it sounds like a strange series, but no, it's the Happy Doll series. And this book too makes you want to see book 3, and hopefully there will be a third book. Jonathan Ames has definitely created a most interesting character. He gets in every sort of situation. He's beaten up constantly. His life is threatened. He escapes by the skin of his teeth. And he's a very flawed character. And that's what you like about the man, that he does things his way, on his terms. And so look for The Wheel of Doll. It's not like the Wheel of Fortune, but it's The Wheel of Doll. So if you want a different kind of book, this is definitely one you should consider adding to your reading list. So hopefully you'll agree with me. Let me know. Send me your comments if you do pick up the book. So until we meet again, and we will very shortly, stay safe, stay sane, stay social distancing, and do stay in touch. And thanks again, and bye for now.